Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm just going to do a quick comparison between this Bluepoint service cart and this Snap-on service cart. Now I've owned this Snap-on one for about 3 weeks. This Bluepoint one I bought, well, when recording this, bought it yesterday. When this video goes out, who knows how long I've owned it. So I'm just going to give you my thoughts basically, on pros and cons between the two. I will be keeping them both, one for work use, which I think is going to be this one, mainly because the condition of it is a bit worse, so I'm not going to mind as much if it gets scratched, dinged, chipped or whatever. Whereas this one, the condition's quite nice really. Obviously there's a few scuffs and scratches, but nothing major. I'll start with price. I think I got them both used, second hand, third hand. I don't know how many owners they've had. Snap-on one was £300, just as it is. The Bluepoint one was £560, but it did come with quite a few tools. There's a couple of Snap-on 1/2-inch ratchets I could sell, probably get about 60-65 quid each for them. Swan neck spanner, Snap-on, 27mm Snap-on spanner. So I reckon I could probably, make a couple of £100. Let's say, what, 160 quid. So if I do sell them, £400 for this one. Let's turn around and have a look, shall we? So if we get down low, hopefully you can see the Snap-on one is slightly taller. I've got a tape measure. I'll just do some dimensions. This Bluepoint one is wider and deeper. So we've got, let's say, 22 inches deep versus this one, which is 20 inches deep. Width 32 and 3/4 inches. Wide, this one is 35 inches wide. And then from floor, shall we say, to here, 42 inches. This one, (44 1/4 inches. So that's the dimensions. They're pretty similar, to be fair. Right, the first thing I noticed, these holes down the side. Now, the Bluepoint one's got 11 on either side. Snap-on's got 8. However, there's more width on the Snap-on ones, which when you're grabbing ratchets, I can grab these ratchets fairly easy. When I'm trying to grab these ones, it's a bit of a, if they're sat right down, I'm trying to squish my hand in there, it's a bit awkward. Also the depth, you've only got this middle hole, which is where my breaker bar is. This is the only hole that is deep enough for a breaker bar. You might notice that this is sticking up. It's because it's touching that lip there. And obviously on this side, if you've got your sort of aerosol holder in, you're not going to be able to put anything on that side. So yeah, if you've got several breaker bars, long pry bars, long ratchets, you're going to have to take them out. Better close your lid. So the first point's going to go to the Snap-on, 1-0. So next we'll look at the drawer locking feature. On the Snap-on one, it's done manually, so you flick that, the drawers lock. On this, you've got to shut the lid to lock the drawers. Now, I found myself obviously working on the top of this quite frequently. Just take that out, drop the lid on this one. So you're working on the top. Oh, I need a spanner. Whichever drawer they might be in. Yeah, okay. Need a spanner in this one. Gonna have to flip the lid. Okay, you've got the side shelf, but depending on what you might be doing, yes. For me, what was I doing? Scope, diagnostic sort of stuff on the top. I could still access bits. Fair enough, I couldn't get to my sockets and stuff because they would have been in the top. But again, it's going to be another point for the snap-on. 2-0. Next thing I'm going to look at is the drawers. I'm not bothered about the size because they're sort of the two different sized and sort of layout service carts. But obviously on these snap-ons you've got the lock and roll, do they call it? So you've got a thing that you slide over. On the Bluepoint, if you look at that, it's like a soft close sort of drawer, and I actually prefer the drawers on this Bluepoint one. Yeah, don't know why. It's obviously personal preference, and that's going to be down to you. So Bluepoint has pulled a point back there, 2-1 to snap on. Now I'm going to give another point to the Bluepoint for coming with the side shelf and the aerosol holder. Previously I would have had my greases and that in the top. It's taking up space that doesn't need to be taken up. Same with the shelf, you can sort of put bolts and obviously smallish parts and whatever you're working on that side shelf. I don't know if they are available as additions to this. I know I can get a, is it dot and slot board, do they call it, for the side. I've actually ordered one in stainless steel. I think it bolts into the handles where the handle threads are. Should be able to get a shelf, not a shelf, an aerosol holder. Obviously that is extra cost. Was it 200 and something quid? 220, 100 and something plus the VAT. So yeah, that probably would make them more comparable. So yeah, a point for this, for having the shelf and the aerosol holder included. So that's 2-all. I'm not going to compare the cubic inches or whatever of storage space because they're two different products. This has obviously got 5 drawers, this one's only got 3, so I think that would be unfair. But I think there's one thing left that is, it's going to be the deciding factor. Who's going to win? Let's set up and see. So hopefully it's coming across that the space in this room area is limited. But just watch this. This Bluepoint one has got 4 swivel casters on it, which means I can manoeuvre this, what did we say, 42 inch by 22 inch, you know, service cart on the spot. I'll try and set you up so we can see this snap-on one. You could probably already see, if you look, there's a swivel one and that's a fixed one. Let's have a laugh, shall we? So, obviously to manoeuvre this, Just bear with me, there's my arse hanging out. I feel like my arse is hanging out. Oh. Ah. Oh. Yes. I've done it. It's not quite the same position. Now I appreciate that might have been taking it to the extreme. However, one of these toolboxes is going to live in this room. So yeah, another point to the Bluepoint. And that's about all that I have to say on it. So 3-2 to the Bluepoint. However, I'm keeping both of them. The workshop that I'm in, there's plenty of room for manoeuvring, so 2 fixed casters on this isn't a problem at work. Just for demonstration purposes, just did that little test. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching this comparison. Hopefully it was informative, useful, entertaining maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye. I've thought of another one. But is it gonna even the score or extend Bluepoint's lead? It's these drawers. Now if you look, obviously that's full extent. Back of the drawer is maybe just over my fingernails. That is full extent. Back of the drawer is up to knuckles. I could lose spanners back there. So it's another point to the snap-on. 3 all, and that's good because I'm keeping them both, as I've said. Right, now it really is the end. Catch you next time. Bye. I've thought of one more good thing about both of these as well. They both fit in the back of my car, which is easy, well good for transportation purposes. I don't have to hire a tail lift or a removal company to move them to where I want to move them to. So there we are. It's a tie. 4 all.